Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a series on this Lexus RCF that I got. Originally it was supposed to be for parts, but when I took delivery of the vehicle it didn't look as bad as it seemed. So I'm just going to be doing a series on stripping it down, rebuilding it, maybe in the future having some mods. So this is a performance package, molten pearl in color, Lexus RCF. Not too many of these colors made for the RCF or the GSF, so pretty unique color. So I'm gonna be just in the first part, just pulling all these parts off, seeing how excessive the damage actually is. But what's nice about Lexus is they give you these, everything is like bolt on. Basically, you got the whole upper support bolt on. You could just remove all this and replace all this. The one thing we do have to make sure and make sure it's not damaged further beyond the frame rails. It's nice that Lexus has the extensions bolted on, and they specifically crimple right there for this reason. But we obviously have to make sure that it didn't go beyond it. The radiator support took some damage, so all of this is going to be replaced. These are going to be replaced, obviously. Don't think there's any coolant. Radiator's going to have to be replaced. Those modules probably could be reused, and yeah, basically all the stuff on the sides. You got the oil cooler, not affected. You got the transmission cooler, not affected. Basically just a bunch of, you got the intake ducts, will have to be replaced, both sides. But behind, basically fender liner back, looks solid. Got the windshield washer reservoir, not touched. You got the whole front end, your lower support, all that stuff's gotta be replaced, all the plastics. But as long as, main thing, as long as this guy's not damaged, because usually I've seen oil coolers that are leaking or damaged, it's hooked up to the main oil supply. So once this starts leaking, then your engine will be toast if you run it. Try running it with, so not too bad. It looks like he went like head on like a pole or something. It looks bad, but just judging by the frame rails, we'll get that replaced and see how things are looking from there. So compared to a actual non-repairable vehicle, you can see how frame rail looks straight, but the damage went beyond the side all the way through the ECU box, fuse box. So damages like these are more beyond repairable, only for parts. So I'll dive right into this, and you guys could just watch. So diving right into it, you got all the 10mm bolts for the supports, upper support. Got 2 right there, other side as well. These are 17mm, there's 4 of them, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. We're gonna leave this part alone. We're just gonna pull all the middle portion out first, see all the damage, the main damage first. So upper support, lower supports, we're gonna pull that lower plastic guard off, and then we'll see from there what we got going on. So I just want to show you guys, since this is all crumpled here, I can't get to the bolts inside of here. It's all bent up, so, but that's fine. All of this stuff will come off when you pull the top and mid stuff. Once all that stuff's unbolted, it'll just come off with the whole top. But usually this comes off first. That way you get more access to the radiator and everything. And then here's another important component. So the oil cooler connects to this oil component. So you just gotta make sure this is not damaged either. It's pretty close to the bottom and front, bottom front. Right there are the lines. Goes to here. But everything else looks pretty solid in here. Yeah, so once the intake ducts are gone, you can usually you pull the fender liners off and before you get to those, but I don't have the lock key, so I can't pull the wheels off at the moment, but just kind of working inside out, which is fine. So I'm gonna try getting these things off and then we'll see where we are from there. Hopefully I'll be able to pull the radiator off without pulling the lower. I think we should be able to do that without cutting. here's what we're left with without the support. We've got the frame rails. We won't know if they need to be adjusted, if they're straight, until we do a fitment test once I get the new support in. But this is how it looks with all the support. Radiator, AC condenser off. Got the oil components, all the lines going to the oil cooler, transmission cooler. We just have one component busted right here. One of the radiator hoses going to the water pump, but that's an easy replacement. Everything else looks pretty solid, so this will be all for part one. Once I get all the parts ready to get assembled, do part two.